Right now on News Channel 6 at 6, we have the latest on former President Donald Trump's investigation, how Manhattan DAs responded to Trump's call for protest. And the Strong Augusta initiative visits a local synagogue, how they are teaching them how to handle difficult situations. As your news at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Bria Smith. Thanks for joining us. Renetta is on assignment. Coverage you can count on begins with the Manhattan District Attorney responding to former President Trump, claiming on his social media platform that he would be arrested on Tuesday and call for his supporters to protest. Jay O'Brien has those details.
Former President Trump took to his social media platform on Saturday, claiming he will be arrested on Tuesday in relation to the Manhattan DA's investigation into alleged hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. ABC News has not verified the claims, and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office providing no comment on whether such an arrest would take place. A short time later, a Trump spokesperson issued a statement seeming to walk back the claims, saying in part that there is no notification from the DA on the arrest and insisting the former president is, quote, rightfully highlighting his innocence and the weaponization of our injustice system. Some Republicans have joined Trump in his outrage. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in a tweet calling the possible arrest an outrageous abuse of power by a radical DA. Former Vice President Mike Pence also weighing in an interview with ABC's Jonathan Karl.
It just feels like a politically charged prosecution here. And I, for my part, just feel like it's just not what the American people want to see.
No one is above the law, not even the former president of the United States.
In his post, the former president called on his supporters to protest.
I believe that people understand that if they give voice to this, if this occurs on Tuesday, that they need to do so peacefully and in a lawful manner.
Manhattan's District Attorney Alvin Bragg says he will not be intimidated in an email sent Saturday evening to his staff obtained by ABC News, writing, "We do not tolerate attempts to intimidate our office or threaten the rule of law in New York." Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
The new Congress means new responsibilities for a local lawmaker. Georgia Congressman Rick Allen is our guest on the next Means Report. The Republican House majority means a seat on the Energy and Commerce Committee for Allen. It also means he can help shape policy for several local institutions.
We've got Augusta University here, the medical school of the state of Georgia. We've got Plant Vogtle, which, you know, those reactors are coming on, and 3 and 4, and then we also have Fort Gordon and the Cyber Center of Excellence, obviously the Savannah River site, where about 40% of the folks in my district work over there. So yeah, it has jurisdiction over all those.
Congressman Allen also talks about banking, farmers, and the war in Ukraine. Join us for the Means Report Monday afternoon at 12:30 right here on News Channel 6. Meteorologist Miller Hyatt joins us now with a first look at your forecast. Miller, is looking like a cold night.
That's right, Bria. We do have freeze warnings in effect for the entire CSRA. Therefore, we've issued a Viper 6 alert for tonight into your Monday morning. So prepare for a freeze as temperatures dip below freezing for many of us here across the CSRA. So as we check out the alerts right now here on our graphic here, we can see that we do all have that freeze warning in place where all the counties shaded in purple are, and that includes Augusta for tonight into Monday morning. Temperatures are already cooling down right now, down to 53 in Augusta, 45 already in Atlanta, 48 in Athens, 50 in Greenville. You can see just how much colder we are compared to this time yesterday, about 4 degrees colder in Augusta. Looking at our winds, they continue to be out of the northwest, and that's what's ushering in this colder air. Also very dry air in place as well. Check out these dew points. Very, very dry for this time of the year. 11, so that means it's a very dry atmosphere. 14 at the dew point in Athens, 16 in Atlanta. So that's going to allow for the dry air and the cold air to get even colder tonight as we head forward. Here's a look at Viper 6 satellite and radar. You can see we do have some high clouds across the region. Now that could impede on just how cold we will get tonight. So I'm thinking mainly the coldest spots will be across our northwestern counties. But we're all going to be feeling the chill. So as you head to the bus stop tomorrow, make sure the kids are bundled up. Temperatures around freezing just below. And then by the afternoon, temperatures only rising to the 50s. So still a pretty chilly day on tap for the first day of spring. Ironically, it's not going to feel like spring, more like winter, as spring begins at 5:24 p.m. when the vernal equinox occurs as the sun is overhead at the equator. So we're going to have equal daylight and darkness. The good news is we do have a big warm-up time just for the end of the week. I'll have details in your full Viper 6 forecast. Bria?
A shooting at a fast food restaurant in Richmond County left one person dead. Investigators say the shooting happened at the McDonald's on Peach Orchard Road. The victim was 19-year-old Daquantavius Proctor from Augusta. The coroner's office says he was shot at least one time at the McDonald's and then taken to Smith Road, where he died. Authorities took a man and a woman in for questioning in connection to the incident. This past week, we told you of the murder of Common Gunn. Authorities charged her husband, Sean Gunn, for the crime. We have an update to the story. Sean Gunn is now charged with murder and possession of firearm during commission of crime. He's also being charged with cruelty to children in the first degree. Warrants for his arrest state he shot his wife in front of her 10-year-old child. The hashtag Strong Augusta initiative held an active shooter training Sunday afternoon at the Congregation Children of Israel. The synagogue is located in Augusta. It is a place where Jewish people come together as a community. Recently, they've experienced harmful acts like anti-Semitism and violent threats. But local leaders in the community want to make sure they know what to do and how to handle a situation if necessary.
What we're doing today is two training classes: situational awareness, how to always be aware of your surroundings, should a threat evolve, so you can react as quickly as possible. And then we're also doing an active threat training, right? Worst case scenario, how to stay alive in an active threat or active shooter event.
Strong Augusta will be holding a drone UAS public awareness briefing Monday, March 20th at 6 p.m. at Doctors Hospital. Some South Carolina authorities are learning how to best communicate when responding to incidents involving someone with autism. The State Department of Disabilities and Special Needs hosted a autism crisis intervention training. Officers learned about characteristics of autism, the best communication practices, and learned about community resources.
There was a law enforcement officer in that training who said that his niece is on the spectrum and he wouldn't have called law enforcement if she was ever in a crisis. Their knowledge of autism gives the family a breath of fresh air and a sigh of relief that they are trained to address some of the common challenges that our individuals face on the spectrum.
The training teaches officers the different phases of what they could face in the field between non-problematic, problematic, and dangerous systems, and how to respond effectively to adults and children. The maker of a popular baby formula is voluntarily recalling one of its products. Gerber announced the recall of some of its Good Start Smooth Pro formula because it may be contaminated with bacteria. The formula was made between January 2nd through the 18th and sold at stores across the country. The company says so far no products have shown any signs of bacterial contamination, but the products are being recalled out of precaution. Coming up, we get another look with your weather forecast with Miller when we return.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
A Viper 6 alert is in effect for tonight into tomorrow morning, with the likelihood of a freeze, as we're all under a freeze warning through Monday morning. You can see all of our counties are shaded in purple as we get ready for a very cold night, and then another cold night as we head into Monday night into Tuesday morning. We're already seeing freeze watches in place for that time frame, as you can see here, for a majority of our counties, with the exception of Johnson and Emmanuel counties. So we'll be watching that very closely, because we could have another freeze possible, but it's not looking as likely as tonight's freeze. But we are going to be dealing with some very cold temperatures ahead. So what you want to do is you want to protect the 4 Ps. Remember, people, pets, plants, and pipes. As far as pipes go, we are not really going to be seeing a threat of them freezing. We really would have to see temperatures below 20, but just in case, you probably want to drip your faucets if you do feel that you could see some frozen pipes. But as far as that goes, it's not going to be a big threat, but you definitely do want to bundle up and have your pets indoors, because we're going to be seeing those cold temperatures, that's for sure. So right now across the CSRA, definitely chilly for this time of the year. 53 degrees in Augusta, already down to the 40s in Crawfordville, 49 in Washington, 51 in Sandersville. You can see here that we are slightly below where we were last night. We're about 5 degrees colder than where we were. Definitely very dry out there, with dew points down into the teens, which is drier than we should be for this time of the year. And this is all because of these northwesterly winds driving in very cold and dry air as we go forward. So right now, satellite and radar is showing some clouds on Viper 6. You can see here, but these are mostly high clouds, which could actually limit the amount of cooling that we see tonight. But still, we're going to be watching that as we have a freeze warning in place. And this is all due to high pressure that is in control, with northwesterly winds wrapping around that high, bringing us nice but cold conditions. So as we plan out your Monday, definitely a cold start. Grab that jacket as you head off to school and work. Only rising to the 50s, so you probably want to keep that jacket on as you head out the door tomorrow afternoon as you go home from school and work. And our next chance of rain doesn't come until Saturday, so most of the week it's going to be dry, and only a 40% chance of rain on Saturday, possibly some rain Friday night. But as far as that, most of the week is going to be very dry. You can see here that the temperatures are going to soar at nighttime from the 30s tomorrow night into the 60s by the weekend. So just in time for spring, which starts tomorrow, and it's not really going to feel like spring, unfortunately. So for tonight, temperatures in the 20s to low 30s, with the greatest chance of a freeze across our northwestern counties. Tomorrow, very cool day, temperatures in the 50s, plenty of sunshine. Here's your 10-day forecast. We have another freeze possible Tuesday morning, and then as we go towards the middle of the week, check out the temperatures: 83 on Thursday, 85 on your Friday. Then next weekend, we do have that chance of rain on Saturday, temperatures approaching 80. Then the following weekend, we cool back down towards 70 with a few chances of showers, but overall it's looking at least like a big warm-up in time just for spring, Bria.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to wear 2 or 3 jackets. I don't know about
yes,
you.
tomorrow morning, yeah.
Definitely. Coming up, we have the latest on the investigation on the crash of Silicon Valley Bank, how top executives at the company sold stock prior. We have those details after the break. The turmoil continues to unfold in the banking sector. Now UBS announcing the takeover of Credit Suisse to secure financial stability and protect the Swiss economy. Jacqueline Lee with details.
2 weeks before Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, the largest bank failure since the 2008 financial crisis, government filings show the bank's former CEO, Greg Becker, sold $3.6 million of the bank's stock back in February. Sources have confirmed to ABC News that the Justice Department and FBI are investigating the bank's collapse and possible insider trading. Becker's attorney telling ABC News, quote, "We believe Mr. Becker conducted himself appropriately at all times." First Republic Bank received a $30 billion lifeline from 11 of America's biggest lenders. Public filings showed the executive chairman of First Republic, Jim Herbert, sold more than $4 million in bank stock in January and February of this year. A spokesperson for Herbert telling ABC News the sales were part of estate planning and charitable donations. Amid turmoil in the regional banking sector, Bloomberg is reporting that billionaire investor Warren Buffett is in talks with officials from the Biden administration to offer cash lifelines to the struggling banks, something Buffett has done in the past. There are now growing calls for more bank regulations.
Roll back the ability of the Fed to weaken regulations and calling for these CEOs to be held accountable. And when you explode a bank, you ought to be banned from banking forever.
Swiss authorities already pumped more than $50 billion into Credit Suisse last week, yet wary investors have sent the stock down 30% in the past month. UBS announcing the takeover of the embattled bank Sunday. And now the Federal Reserve must weigh whether to raise interest rates again this week to try and cool inflation or take a pause in those rate hikes amid the market turmoil that has been fueled by recent bank failures. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Coming up, the Valspar Championship is finishing up, and there's lots of exciting basketball happening in the NCAA tournament. Kira Goldstein has sports next.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are flying through March Madness, and they're making it look easy. The undefeated reigning champs, the Gamecocks, there they are running out. They're taking on South Florida in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Second quarter, Zaya Cook has the ball up top, pass to Raven Johnson, who feeds it to Aaliyah Boston for the lay-in. Gamecocks lead 25-22. Under 30 seconds to go, Zaya Cook makes this deep jumper, and South Carolina's up 33-26. They will take a 4-point lead into the half. Third quarter, Cook again, she knocks down the pull-up jumper, leads still at 4 with 5:30 to play in the third quarter. Here is Victoria Saxton getting the massive block. Aaliyah Boston grabs possession. She finds Zaya Cook in transition for the layup. Man, Zaya Cook, she had 21 points on the night, and Aaliyah Boston had a double-double as the Gamecocks rolled to a big 76-45 win. The Gamecocks are still undefeated as they advance in the NCAA tournament and head to the Sweet 16 for the 9th time in 10 seasons. Their next game will be against the winner of UCLA versus Oklahoma, and they'll tip off on Saturday the 24th. The Gamecock softball team, on the other hand, dropped their SEC Series finale to Mississippi State this afternoon in a run rule loss 9-1. The Gamecocks are now 23-7 on the season and 1-5 in conference play. They'll return home for a doubleheader against Furman on Wednesday. And finally, it's the final day of the Valspar Championship, so let's take a look at our leaderboard. At the top, we have a tie between Adam Schenk and Taylor Moore at 10 under. They're 1 stroke ahead of Jordan Spieth, and then in 4th, we have Tommy Fleetwood at 8 under. Lastly, Augusta native and former Georgia Bulldog Grayson Sigg finished the tournament at 3 over and currently sits at 57th. The golfers at the top of the leaderboard are finishing up on the final hole, so I'll have updates on how everything plays out and announce the winner at 11 p.m. Bria, back to you.
Coming up, Taco Bell announces a new item on the menu. We have the story when we come back. Taco Bell is making its way into the empanada business. The fast food chain has a new item, the cheesy chicken crispanada. The empanada is filled with shredded chicken and cheese served with spicy ranch sauce. If that sounds like something you would like to try out, you might have to drive, as it is only available in Knoxville, Tennessee at 2 locations. Is it worth the drive?
I don't know. It looks really, really good. I would definitely want to try it. It's kind of unfortunate that it's not here.
I know, it's very far away, but I do make drives very long, so I might have a CDL license,
You know what? In the meantime, though, we can have your empanadas to hold us over, because I know that you make a bomb empanada.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would drive that long for a taco, but maybe it feels like pizza or something. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I had to mention that, talk about in the weather here as we go forward into spring tomorrow. It certainly won't feel like it as we have a freeze during the morning. So we have a Viper 6 alert day for tomorrow morning. So make sure to prepare for that, bring in any sensitive plants indoors, and then once we get towards the middle of the week, we go back to the 80s, so feeling like spring finally. 85 on Friday, chance of showers on Saturday. Next week we have more showers and then a cool back down to the 60s, but after the first half of this week, we're going to be feeling more like spring, which is good news, and then we'll be getting into April soon.
Oh no, the April showers.
Bring May flowers.
No, I don't want it.
Yes.
I'm really excited about those high, pretty days
and the
coming
pollen.
up. And I don't want the rain, but
absolutely.
The pollen. Okay.
The pollen is terrible.
Yeah,
it's killing
me.
Me.
I
wake up sneezing.
Will wash away
I go
the
to
pollen.
sleep sneezing. That's our report for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again at 11 o'clock. Have a good night.